Yes. Welcome to Sweetz Astrology. I hope everyone is doing just fine in this Gemini season because it's hot outside. And y'all know what this heat do to people. These people get angry, man. And it's definitely getting out of hand. I just hope that everybody is out there staying safe. You know, don't stick around when you feel that trouble is getting ready to come around. Don't stick around. What you sticking around for? But I also want to mention, while we're speaking about staying safe, that I will be launching a second YouTube channel. Okay? Give me some time. I'm getting some material together, but it will be based on real life situations. And it's going to be a lot about commentary on a lot of stuff that already have happened and so forth on. I will mention astrology here and there as we talk about certain people and their behaviors and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll keep you all posted. So, you know, come on over and check me out and definitely give some feedback. Because I'm doing this again for feedback. I want to hear how other people view situations that we've been going through and what we still going through now. Before we tap in to JayZ and Beyonce, I want to thank everyone who definitely take time to view my channel. Other than that, I ain't gonna talk y'all head off. Hey, let's tap on in. Part 1, maybe so, I don't know. Beyonce and JayZ. Yes. Let me explain to you all in the most hoodest way why these two is literally stuck like Gorilla Glue. Okay? We got dark side of Sagittarius man and dark side of Virgo woman. Mutable fire, mutable earth. Now, let's talk about these mutable signs. Like, when they really do happen to connect with each other, they aren't really bad together, to be honest. You know, still depend on what type of sign, but I really don't be seeing really no issue, you know, when it comes to like something so dramatic. These two probably still today looks odd to, you know, other people. It's probably still that question. Why did Beyonce choose to be with JayZ? You know what I'm saying? I mentioned before in previous videos that these zodiac signs, these matchups that don't look matchable, some way, somehow end up being a match. They some way, somehow end up being together either forever or maybe temporarily, depending on the level of the relationship. I think it's mainly more so due to the dark side of Sagittarius man. Wherever he's at mentally, if he's really not there, yeah, it's not going to be sustainable. Virgos have that loyalty situation down pack. You know, they don't mind forgiving that person over and over. That person that done did them wrong. They don't mind forgiving multiple times. And that could be a weakness for Virgos. They tend to stick around. They may go ghost, they may get quiet, they may duck off, but they're going to pop back out. And more likely, if they feel that they want to keep the relationship, then they will reach out, you know. They will try to make things work. But I want to relate this topic about JayZ and Beyonce. I want to relate it to the children's story, The Beauty and the Beast. Okay? I'm not trying to be funny, But just listen. It will make sense as I continue to speak. All right. Now, these two met back in 2000. And it's crazy how much older JayZ was when he decided to, hey, I want Beyonce. Okay. He definitely preyed on her secretly, okay, until the universe granted his wish and connected these two together. Now, if it didn't happen like that, either way, Beyonce was ready to accept his invitation, his presence, whatever the case may be. Now, at that time, Beyonce, she was a part of Destiny's Child. They was booming. They just coming up. And we all know that Destiny's Child was lit as fuck. Okay? I was definitely a fan. Now, from a personal perspective, Beyonce was always the chosen one out of the four. And if that wasn't the case, between her and Kelly, they was the chosen two out of the four. Not discrediting the other two girls, but that's just what it was, Now, at the end of the day, Beyonce had that brilliant Virgo glow, that sexiness, that talent, the looks, the body, the voice. And let's not forget the courage to literally take over the music industry. Okay? We all know the music industry is a powerful thing to be a part of, no matter what you got to do or whatever they be saying, I don't know. But JayZ was determined to have all of that for himself. He manifested that. I feel like he really put that work in. Mentally, magically, he put that work in. Some Virgo women do have this beautiful nature about themselves. They really do. They got that earthy look that, sometimes Taurus women and Capricorn women, they don't have that when it comes to the facial features. Now, they are beautiful creatures, but each zodiac always have something so unique about them. I used to be friends with a real Virgo woman, and she always, to me, beautiful no matter what. No matter if she was a natural face or if she had makeup on. And she dressed her ass off. That's one thing I can say about Virgo people. They gonna dress their ass off, okay? For real. So, they love materialistic things that makes them feel confident about themselves, make them feel rich, because it have to be expensive. It have to be name brand. It just have to be. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce definitely displayed that from the beginning of her career up until now. That's why she's making clothes and stuff. It all makes sense. She still shows her true inner Virgo woman ways, though. I don't care what nobody say. I believe the quietness, the privateness, okay, staying behind the shadows, even if she's not working, she just being a mother to them kids and a wife to her husband. I feel like all of that is coming from her polarity Pisces. Okay, because we know that some Pisces or most Pisces out here prefer to stay behind the scenes most of the time. They're going to execute their talents to the world. They're going to service people, but they all that. And Virgos, some Virgos is like that too. But once again, it just depends. So I'm pretty sure she definitely does that, where she can balance the two. Hell, she's rich. Okay? She can do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. I know she's working, but that's just Beyonce. You don't be really seeing her like that. When it comes to like everybody else is here and there, you don't. Where Beyonce at? Where JayZ at? Where they at? For them to be so powerful in the music industry, okay? So it speaks volumes on back then how she was like, you know, dropping them albums without any type of promotion, any type of heads up, anything. She just drop it. So I'm pretty sure once Beyonce caught whiff of JayZ being interested in her, she took that to her full advantage. For sure. Okay? Let's not forget, JayZ as well was popping in the hip-hop industry at that time. Mr. Big Pimpin'. Hey, that's my song there, boy. All right. Now, if you listen to his lyrics, you will be enlightened to know that he literally rapped about some of his dark side of Sagittarius traits, okay? Especially about his desires for the women back then and what he expected from them on top of that. Okay, because he gave clear instructions of how it was going to go down in JayZ Town, all right? And it was disrespectful, but it was respected at the same time. He was hot back then. He was lit. Them two was lit together, all right? I also want to mention that I really have, in real life, I have a Sagittarius brother who is currently locked up. He had to serve like some good bit of time. And he was always in and out of prison, in and out of jail. Very dark-sided, man. I don't know what it is with my Sagittarius people, man. Even the women. The women have more of a control about themselves, you know, but the men... But, his relationship, and I'm still speaking on my brother, with our mother at the time was rocky as hell. And she was a Gemini. Rest in peace to my mom. And her birthday is getting ready to come out. June 12th. And that was his opposite sign. Oh, they got along, and then, oh, man. Woo, they bump heads. You get what I'm saying? To make a long story short, he was crazy. He's still shot out to this day. So what I'm trying to say is JayZ back then verbally showed how his mental wasn't all the way right until he got older, until he matured. You know, Beyonce definitely toned all that down. He had to get it out his system. Now, Miss Beyonce, the Earth Maiden, also known as the Virgin, the purest of the purest, right? Yeah, right. Not them dark side of Virgo women ain't no purest of the purest. These women, they tend to engage into a lot of dark activity. I'm telling y'all, don't let them fool you. It's deeper than what we praise and what we see from the outside. If she is the type of Virgo to be in the spotlight, she will always maintain this positive outlook, okay? But what transpires behind closed doors, look, we all have our secrets, okay? We all have our secrets. And once again, she's the type, I don't even think even her closest friends probably would know any troubling situations between her and JayZ. I don't even think they could be really, really secretive. Okay. Her and Jay-Z, they started off as friends, of course. Whenever a Sagittarius man meet a Virgo woman and there's an instant attraction, that attraction immediately unfolds all these feelings and emotions between the two. It's so much to handle that, they can't get enough of each other. And that would have begun building a bond with the two. Now, Virgo women can easily be swept by men, such as Jay-Z himself, regardless of how they look. What matters to a Virgo woman is his powerfulness. Sagittarius men love the idea and the feel of traveling all over the world. And as they travel, they want to feel like a king no matter where they go, what place they end up at. Now, if he is limited with his travels, best believe he is still moving around. All right, he got to get it and go. Virgo women have that same compatibility, okay? Being on the go. On the scene is their go-to. Don't get me wrong, like I said before. You got your low-key, hide-away, duck-off Virgo homebodies, okay? But we're talking dark-sided. I don't know no dark-sided Virgo woman, Virgo man to just sit in the house unless they ain't got no money, okay? So, and if they ain't got no money, they thinking of a way to get that money today, right now. And like I said, she's not scared to get out there and get her hustle on, okay? And once she accumulate what she need to accumulate for her pockets, she gonna go shopping. She gonna get her shine on. She gonna show y'all that she's living the luxury, high quality life. And it could really be in shambles, realistically. But she can't show y'all that. And she's not gonna tell y'all that. Do you get what I'm saying? You gotta respect her presence, okay? You may catch these types of females in the bars, either drinking at 10 a.m. It's time to have a shot before lunch. Or they could be bartending, getting that money, making them tips while they sip a little sip, you know what I'm saying, on the side. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Now, Jay-Z witnessed in person how edgy and how exotic Beyonce was coming up to be in the music industry. He knew by investing into her, it will put him in a much higher position all the way around. Nobody can take away the fact that she inspired millions of people from her personality, from her drive, her style, her figure. I mean, the list goes on. What man at that time didn't want Beyonce? Or a woman as such? Okay? I remember living through these eras of life wishing I was something like her or had her talents or had that attention that she was getting. I mean, like, let's be real. I used to live for Beyonce. I used to live for the whole group. But when she came out solo dolo, oh, it was what? Virgo. Hey, Virgos. At the end of the day, stand up. Because y'all some bold. Can't cuss, right? I'm going to cuss anyway, YouTube. You already know how I'm coming. But, yes. Live for her. And for Jay-Z, I really and still respected the way that he raps. His style of presentation. Sagittarius people, they have this tremendous gift in music arts, especially if they apply it the way they need to apply it, because not all of them is going to succeed in that area. You got to think about Nicki Minaj. You got to think about Lil Baby. They know how to present their music, and they clearly say their words with a meaning behind them. It's a story behind it. It's something behind it. You get what I'm saying? Jay-Z and Beyonce knew it was a great idea to become a great duo together. Beyonce, to me, was already 10 toes down for that man. Now, she did encounter a lot of infidelity with JayZ, but some way, somehow, if she did anything, her secrets just never got out. It never got exposed. It was mentioned. JayZ said something in a song he made, but that's not enough for us to know that Beyonce was wrong as well. And it's crazy. Don't think that, she's so innocent all the time. I don't want to make it seem like I'm really, taking so much credit for her. But this is a dark side of Sagittarius man we talking about that she's been up against in the early times of their relationship. At the end of the day, I know she did something that could have affected their relationship. We just don't know. I mean, if anybody know any factual type of information about Beyonce doing something behind JayZ back and it got exposed, please comment below. Because as I did my full research on these two before I begin this video, making this video, anything negative about them was like all over the place. It was no connection. So it didn't add up to me. I was beyond confused on JayZ with these alleged secret kids he supposedly have out here. But at the end of the day, regardless of what was said, what happened, these are dark traits that these two signs tend to have together. Some Virgo women will cheat, but they will cheat quietly. That cheating shit is not a norm to them, but it tends to happen. That doesn't mean it will break their foundation now. Don't get it twisted. Depending on the type of Sagittarius man and Virgo woman, they will manage to forgive quickly and move on. People back then began speculating about these two being close together. The music they began creating was so well put together. Her drive for him showed, and his desire for her showed as well. But it was still misleading to the public, It was more to just them two collabing, making music together. Other than that, before they end up getting married and having their first child, they was living it up. Now, of course, the demons have to come back out to play. Life is not always peaches and creams. Who started the cheating and the sneaking around first, though? Because JayZ and these secret kids. JayZ and these secret kids tops off any regular cheating, yo. You got real life kids out here in the world not being claimed. But hey, I can't even dig deep into that. It's just mind blowing. The only thing that I can shed a light on to that situation is the fact that that's a dark side Sagittarius man trait. Virgo men too. Cancer men too. These types could be known to have the double lives, triple lives, quadruple lives. Woman here, woman there, baby here. I don't know. It just depends on how they go about it too. So the Sagittarius man will go about it like nothing ever happened. Okay? The Virgo men, they will let it be known that it happened, but they got to confirm with that person first to make sure that it's an actual baby coming. Okay? And Cancer men, I feel like they will only let their double lives be exposed once they figure out what they going to do. It's either they going to stay with the person that they cheating on with, or they going to go the other way out. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I can see why JayZ play shit so cool to the world. Like, he is this perfect guy. Or shall I say God. Okay? JayZ did a lot for Beyonce that placed her on his high pedestal. She continuously accepted his good and his bad behavior. Virgo people, period, have the tendency to do this no matter how hard they done got played by that person. If their heart is with that person, it's kind of hard to get rid of a Virgo, just like it's kind of hard to get rid of a Pisces and so forth. And this is why these types of people are prone to being hurt so much by other people. I think that if certain Virgos, if they learn to not accept people bad behaviors all the time and learn to actually cut motherfuckers off, I think they'll be fine, because they can be hypocrites to their own decisions. They can sit there and say, "Oh, I'm not dealing with that person," and turn right around and be dealing with that person. Beyonce showed JayZ that she was then and still is, no matter what, always down for the get down. She got his back. And that is clearly right up a Sagittarius man alley. Okay? Now, when a Sagittarius man with these types of traits finds someone that is not only respectable of his boundaries, somebody that grant his wishes, he will eventually, begin working on himself to be a better man. Yes, he will. They not too much of a bad people. They just really naturally, have some crazy traits about them. But, like I said, it's going to take some real time and some real tribulations. And that woman, regardless if she Virgo or whatever the case may be, will have to be built for that. Whatever life brings, she will have to be down. Okay? None of that angry, frustrated, yelling, fussing, none of that. She have to be so understanding to what's going on. If you want to call it a ride or die chick, all right, she keep quiet, she don't say shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing. Virgo, Aries, Gemini, Scorpio women, to call a few, is known to be those type of ride or dies out the chart, but they are the type of ride or dies more to the men that have those negative dark traits. They can handle those type of men more better. Getting deeper into JayZ and Beyonce relationship, Jay and Bay. More situations came up, of course. We ain't done just yet. With these side pieces, JayZ, accused of having. This is the problem. The problem is that these type of men, they like to leave trails. They swear they're getting away with murder, but they're not getting away with anything. I don't understand what person in their right mind just assume that making a child low key with that parent is it going to get backfired on the abandoned parent. You get what I'm saying? How you just going to just vanish like that and just think, oh, it's not going to come back to haunt you. That's karma. But regardless, Beyonce stood by his side. Once Beyonce thought, all right, we should be good now. He got it out his system. Here comes Rihanna. Oh, nah, the Pisces princess. Now, Rihanna also has seemed very desirable, daring at the beginning of her career to the men out here, especially to JayZ. And if there was any real attraction between Mr. Sagittarius and Miss Pisces, it was definitely stemming from the same motivation JayZ began building with Beyonce when he first met Beyonce. Being that Beyonce been in the picture, she made it clear to him that she wasn't going anywhere, okay? Let's not forget the album that she made, the Ring the Alarm, that song. I didn't even know she made that about that. I just thought Beyonce was just being Beyonce. No, Beyonce was hurt. She went ham on that album. And it's just funny how sometimes bad situations can bring the best out of you. You know what I'm saying? I have personally witnessed a real dark-sided Virgo woman and a very, very dark-sided Sagittarius man, y'all. Like, for real. And I knew he was crazy. But I knew he lost his mind when he tried to threaten me. When he tried to, in front of her, tried to threaten to slap me in front of her. And I don't know, I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but I am the type where I want to see that man, and I want to see that nigga come slap me. That's just how I am. I would rather deal with a man on a physical term than a woman. That's just how I came up. That's just how I am. But yeah, he was crazy. But overall, with their relationship, sex, money, lies, it was a lot. And all of that led to some real abuse. Like, he was randomly beating on her. And instead of her leaving him alone or trying to find a way out, find some help, she chose to stick around for the abuse, for the lies, and the cheating. It's sad. I hope she's okay. I don't deal with her no more, but it's sad. But also understand that Virgo women, at the end of the day, and this is why they tend to deal with these type of situations, because they are forcefully more like physical than anything. That's why these bitches, they don't mind fighting. They don't mind beating ass, okay? Now, versus a Pisces woman, Pisces women, they could be more forcefully, like, verbal. Like, they mouth can be very lethal. They talk hella shit that can cut deep like a knife. But if you listen to a real Pisces woman, she could talk about some real shit. She can speak some real shit. On the other hand, we can't forget the rumor with Rita Ora, this model called Liv, and Rachel Roy. These are people that JayZ allegedly had little affairs with while dealing with Beyonce. And let's not forget Miss Solange when she decided to attack JayZ in the elevator. All right, I think all of that that I said earlier in this video led to her just going off. It wasn't just what took place then. Now, Miss Solange a Cancer. She a early born Cancer too. Oh boy. Now, these types of Cancer women, they will come to a point of exposing the truth. She wasn't standing for the fake picture that JayZ and Beyonce always was portraying to the public, to the world. And she was tired of JayZ at the time dissing her and Beyonce. You know, I guess they go out to these events, whatever, and JayZ, that dark side, them traits, them demons, they want to come to play. He was trying to dip without Beyonce and Solange. I mean, but still, you leaving your lady, bump Solange. So JayZ popped off at the mouth, and that would lead to the whole altercation. That's what's being told, including Rachel Roy also came into the picture as being, you know, allegedly having an affair with JayZ. So it was a lot. Other than these, you know, what the conspiracy's been saying about the showdown in the elevator, from an astrologer standpoint, I am telling y'all, Solange was fed up with JayZ during that time. And I know some dark-sided Cancer women, they will attack you with no warning. They just will. So it definitely caught JayZ and Beyonce off guard, but they claim that Solange always did that. It was just caught on camera this time. But best believe that Beyonce, like I said before, is not allowing no outsider in on any of her personal problems, period. Okay? Virgo people tend to hide behind these innocent shadows. Pisces people do it as well. But at some point, Pisces people, they have a breaking point. That's when it all comes out. JayZ showed back then how much he engaged into a lot of negative dog player ways, playing with these innocent women's hearts, including Beyonce. And Beyonce took all the L's. If it was any, she took all the L's. Beyonce stood strong through it all with JayZ. Okay? While still achieving her success. Once again, that power in his eyes. Her making lots of money. She's staying fully busy. She's conquering everything around her. Is what kept JayZ near. Okay? She didn't confine him to her life only. She did allow JayZ to be his own man and to call the shots. Dark-sided Sagittarius men, they love to be dominant at all times. Whatever he decides shall go. Not saying, he won't validate anybody else's opinion. He just feel more connected to himself as a leader. He also don't mind leading a small pack. It have to be small though. Okay? But he operates best by himself. Very self-made, which also triggers into his beliefs, his religion. Whatever he feels and follows, he wants not only his spouse, but his whole family that he created to obey his spiritual ways. To also follow and trust his spiritual ways. He's really connected with his inner self. And only a good few people is going to really understand and accept that. Beyonce, in my opinion, she didn't have that type of spiritual guidance because she started her music career so early. She thanked God and, said little small prayers at award shows and documentaries, but this is during the early phase. All right. Even when she was solo dolo without Destiny's Child. But after a while, all that has started to disappear. Okay? Let me make it clear before I wrap up this video that no matter what a Sagittarius man and a Virgo woman is doing behind closed doors, best believe that these two is having a high power conversation. Plenty of talk. All right? And it's barely basic. They don't talk about basic stuff all the time. They talk about some real stuff that they can get to the next level, That's what also relates to the great music that they put together. All of this was very well thought out, people. What y'all just think? Somebody just handed them a paper and told them to do it? No, this was thought out by a Virgo woman and Sagittarius man themselves. Okay? This literally takes time and effort on both sides. And it manifested in a way that it continued to bond these two people together no matter what. I wasn't surprised when they got married. Okay? Because I feel like JayZ probably wasn't going to find nobody else better than Beyonce. For real. Especially someone that was going to understand and fit his daily needs. And that bizarre ass lifestyle that he lives. their music about cheating in their relationship was more of a money market scheme, in my opinion. Y'all really thought that they was bringing y'all into their issues? Like, nah. Oh no. Virgo and Sagittarius people is always thinking, talking, and making money. Okay. They like to create a buzz of some type of conversation amongst other people when they pop out. They like that shit. They like that attention. Okay? They want to feel and be known as important, influenced people in this world. And once they did that whole setup, I began seeing other troubled couples that came after the whole money market scheme plan. I began seeing other troubled couples doing the same thing. I mean, these people making the headlines about infidelity, and then they turn around and make an album. They make money off of it. So Beyonce JayZ definitely started that trend. JayZ and Beyonce, you know, at the end of the day, these two, I really didn't want to do a video about them, but I just had to, because it's not really all about why two people can't see eye to eye. You know, we got to shed light on some real authentic relationships out here. And JayZ and Beyonce, these two have different sets of visions of life, okay? They can care less about living like normal people. They prefer to stand apart from others and be respected for it at all times, because it gives them that power that they naturally have within them. Now, best believe it is a better reason to why these two is and always will be stuck like glue. It's more reasons. I may have to tap into their birth chart. I mean, I looked at it. I took a glance at it. And that, when I seen it, it really explains more to why these two is literally meant to be. It is what it is. I mean, it would shake the world if these two decide to hey, call it quits, get a divorce. It's going to shake the world. I'm just saying, but I mean, but no matter what the real difference is and what's the real deal between these two, we all still need to accept the fact that their love literally went through thick and thin. Okay? But anyways, that's all I got for y'all, man. It is some more to tap into. I'm over here thinking right now, y'all, but don't look for it no time soon. It may come. If y'all request it, then I'll do it, you know, quicker than what I'm thinking about doing it. But anyways, yeah, so that's all I have for y'all, man. Definitely check out my website, monetcolors.com. Definitely goddamn, you know what I'm saying, stick around for the next video. I think I'm gonna tap into that Leo and Libra compatibility. But other than that, it's your girl Queen Sweetz, and I holla.
Yeah.